January, I usually give a state of the church address. You know, the president usually gives state of the nation and address, and I usually give the state of the church address. This past January, I didn't do it. I'm not sure what happened, what the reasoning was behind that. But I usually talk about during that sermon where God has brought us from and where I believe He's taken us to. And so I'm not wanting to give a full state of the church address or sermon tonight, but I do want to tell you where I believe we're at and where we're kind of headed to. So I'm going to open up a prayer and we'll jump right into this. Can we do that? Let me say this too. I am thankful for our sound and audio visual people. I know Tony Gell's up there tonight, and then Tyler's been up there, and Carla's up there weekend right now. Valerie's been up there, and you know, they keep me in line a lot. And tonight would have been a funny night because I wrote down Genesis when we're actually in Exodus. And Tony comes out and goes, "Are you sure that goes to verse 28? I said, "Yep." I mean, look. He goes, "Well, it only goes to 24. And I thought, Well, as soon as I saw Genesis, I was like, "Oh, that's Exodus." So, thank you, guys. Hey, let's open up a prayer. Father God, I come to you right now. Thank you so much for the testimonies we've heard tonight. Father, we're going to praise you. We're going to praise you in the storm. We're going to praise you in good times and bad. Father, right now, as we open your word, we ask you to speak to us. Father, speak to the church. Father, we individuals make up the local church body. Father, Jesus Christ is the head of that church. And so speak to us so we will follow you and guide us. We love you and thank you. We ask in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. Hey, let me start off with this. See this banner behind us? Behind me? In front of you guys? This, we put this banner up. Amanda, I don't know, probably what, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, somewhere around there? Okay. So we put this thing up and we said, we're not sure what God's got in plan for us, but we know that we probably need to be planning financially about what we're going to do. And if you notice on the bottom of this, it says that we've been given, just collecting, and we're just kind of saying, hey, we have a building fund. God's going to do something. We're not sure yet, but we're just saying, okay, we got a building fund. And so people, under the direction of God, has been given money to the building fund, and we had $53,893.20. Praise the Lord for that. That's an awesome thing. Yeah. But realistically, there's only $13,000 in there now. $13,893.20. And the reason being is that we took $40,000 out of that fund, and we purchased 9 acres out on Hospital Road. And so, Real Joy Community Fellowship, you are the proud owners of 9 acres out there. Now, let me tell you, we are at 2.1 acres here, and we're renting a little bit more than that for the extra parking. But 9 acres is fantastic, okay? I don't know if in my lifetime we will ever move out there, if that'll be a second place, or will that become the main place, and this will become a second. I have no idea what God's going to do. The only thing is that I've been praying about, God, you have a vision. You have someplace where you want us to go. It might not be in my lifetime. It may be in my lifetime. I have no idea. I know the Long Range Planning Committee is doing some things, and they're praying about it. And we're going to be meeting with some general contractors and some architects and asking them to design something, just so that we'll have some sort of vision out there. And here's the thing. I love this place. I really do. I love this building. I love the memories I've had here. But I'm going to tell you, you watch and mark my words, we're not going to get much up over 180 to 200. It's just impossible. The reason being is because of the parking lot, the exit, and the seating capacity. It's just the way it is. We're only going to grow to about 80% of the capacity of this building. And even though we can get 300 people in here, it's pretty crowded. All right. This side over here, we had 167 today, Mark. This side looked pretty packed. And this side over here had some room. We could probably put another 20 or 30 people here, but that would have been about it. And had we had not had so many people traveling, we'd have probably been close to 200 today. And so God is blessing us in a mighty way. But here's the thing. We don't even have enough parking to go to 2 services. What we'd have to do is actually preach a sermon, empty the parking lot, and start later on at a different time. So you see what I'm saying? So I've got no idea what God's vision is out there at that property, but I will tell you that the city is growing that way, and it's a good investment to have. All right? So I think God has got something going on there. I'm not sure what it's going to be, like I said, but I'm just thankful that we actually had the money to do that. We started a building fund, believe it or not, on the very first day. Very first service we had. I think my sister come in and saw the parking lot. The only parking lot we have is this out here. And she come around the corner. I think we had 60 people here, 30 of which were just family members who come to support us. And so we only had about 30 people here. But my sister said, hey, we need to start a building fund, and here's some money. I don't remember how much it was, but she put some money in the building fund. So we've had a building fund pretty much from day one, saying, hey, we as a church have to plan for the future. We can't say, okay, this is all we got. Because that takes me to the next thing. You know, the next thing is, how can we tell people to stand still, but yet move forward? You ever heard that before? You ever tell your kids, sit right there. Pick that up. You told me to sit right here. Which one do you want? I was one of the smart kids, you know. My mom would scream in the car, straighten up, I go. And I'd intentionally kick Missy by laying across the seat. She told me to straighten up. You know, I said, you go. So, what does God ever say? Stand still or go forward? Let's take your Bibles, turn to Exodus. Exodus, not Genesis. Exodus chapter 14. Exodus 14, verse 13. Now, Moses is just leading the Hebrew children out of Egypt. And Exodus 14, I need to correct that. Exodus 14, verse 13, Bible reads this way. But Moses said to the people, do not fear. Stand by and see the salvation of the Lord. Stand right there. Stand right there. Stand by and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will accomplish for you today. For the Egyptians whom you have seen today, you will never see them again forever. The Lord will fight for you while you keep silent. Then the Lord said to Moses, why are you crying out to me? Tell the sons of Israel to go forward. Moses said, stand still, watch. And God said, go forward. All right. So verse 16. As for you, lift up your staff and stretch out your hand over the sea and divide it. And the sons of Israel shall go through the midst of the sea on dry land. As for me, behold, I will harden the hearts of the Egyptians, so that they will go in after them, and I will be honored through Pharaoh and all his army, through his chariots and his horsemen. Then the Egyptians will know that I am the Lord, when I am honored through Pharaoh, through his chariots and his horsemen. The angel of God, who had been going before the camp of Israel, moved and went behind them, and the pillar of cloud moved from before them and stood behind them. So it came between the camp of Egypt and the camp of Israel, and there was the cloud along with the darkness, yet it gave light at night. Thus the one did not come near the other all night. Then Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Lord swept the sea back by the strong east wind all night, and turned the sea into dry land, so the waters were divided. The sons of Israel went through the midst of the sea on dry land, and the waters were like a wall to them on the right hand and on the left, on their left. Then the Egyptians took up the pursuit, and all Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, and his horsemen went in after them, into the midst of the sea. At the morning watch, the Lord looked down on the army of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and cloud and brought the army of the Egyptians into confusion. He caused the chariot wheels to swerve, and he made them drive with difficulty. So the Egyptians said, "Let us flee from Israel. The Lord is fighting for them against the Egyptians." Then the Lord said to Moses, "Stretch out your hand over the sea, so that the waters may come back over the Egyptians, over their chariots and their horsemen." So Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to its normal state at daybreak, while the Egyptians were fleeing right into it. And the Lord overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea. In verse 28, the waters returned and covered the chariots and the horsemen. Even Pharaoh's entire army that had gone into the sea after them, not even one of them remained. Now, what does that got to do with the state of the church? Well, let's start off with verse 13. I want you to notice in verse 13. But Moses said to the people, "Do not fear, stand by. Stand by. See the salvation of the Lord, which he will accomplish for you today." Stand by. I got to tell you, as a pastor, I like to say, stand by and look what God's doing. I could say even today, stand and look at what God's doing. Look what he's doing in the lives of the individuals of the church. Look what he's doing. I was talking to Matt. I said, "Buddy, missed your days as I was in the children's department." He didn't say it really like that. He said, "I was in the children's department." He didn't say it like that either. Okay. He said, "I was in the children's department." That's really what he said. He said, "I was in the children's department." I said, "Really? How many did you have?" He goes, 21. I was like, "Praise God." He goes, "Oh yeah, praise Him." No, he really didn't say that. He just like, "Oh yeah, you go ahead." He didn't say it. I just, having my own conversation in my head. He's like, "You go ahead and praise Him. It was terrible there, Pastor. Yeah, I had to have camera on. I had, no." He didn't say that. But 21! Can you believe that? Man, that is awesome. 21 children in there. That's praise the Lord moment. Maybe not for Matt and Leah today, but it was for the church. And I'm saying, stand and we'll see what God's doing. Hey, last week, I got to tell you, I love the youth praise band, didn't you? I'm telling you what, I say stand by and look what the youth are doing. Hey, the praise team, look, stand by. Clark can go to work one day, you got another number filling in. Jimmy's got to work today, you got a guitar player. Hey, Bill's not feeling real well. Hey, guess what? Never missed a beat. Praise God for that. Stand by and look what God's doing. Hey, listen to our singers. Stand by and see what God is doing. Look at your Sunday school class. I can go on and on and on and say, look at what God is doing. Sometimes we just need to stand still and say, wow, look what God is doing. We're playing this church in November of 2008, and I can go on and I can go on. I can tell you time and time again and say, look, stand, look and see what God's doing. He's got salvation. I got to tell you what, listen to me. I don't care if I get laid off tomorrow as an electrician. God put me at PPG in Circleville for one reason, now it's for 2 lives to get saved. So I'm telling you, that's really what it's about. I love that stand by and see what God is doing. When him and his wife stepped out, because I work with him every day. That's kind of like Paul being chained to a prisoner. He couldn't get away from it. And Rhonda, I said, hey, I just said this last week. I said, Chris, Rhonda was going to ask your wife to become a regular Sunday school teacher in the nursery so that she can start a 4-year-old class. But we've got so many 4-year-olds, we need to start a 4-year-old class. I said, but you're not a member of the church. She goes, he come back, and that's all I have to say. He came back the next day, what we got to do to be members? I said, well, isn't that funny you say something? I said, let me tell you, I know I've led you to the Lord. I said, has your wife a Christian? Yeah, okay. All right, so have you ever been baptized by immersion? No. Guess what? You got to get done. He goes home, comes back the next day. She don't like water in her face. It's like, guess you can't be teacher and nurse. It's just the way it is. And so I do have a plan. I said, here's what we can do. You can bring a wash rag. What do you guys say? A wash rag? What's a wash? Washcloth. A small towel, do whatever, hold it in your hand, and when I go to baptize you can put it over your face and then come right back up and you'll be fine. She loved that idea. Guess what? They're going to get baptized. Praise the Lord. Hey, stand still and see what God's doing. Okay? Stand still and see what God's doing. I could go on, but it's not contradictory. God is not being contradictory because here's the thing. Go down to verse 15. Then the Lord said to Moses, why are you crying out to me? Tell the sons of Israel, go forward. Now, can you imagine the people of Israel? Moses stand up. Stand still. No, God said go. This wasn't like you're talking to 10 people. This amount of people was huge. And if you look at the time frame it took for those people to get through, it took a lot of time. So just getting the message passed through the people took some time. And so, notice this. God hadn't even told Moses what he was going to do. He just says, go. Because the instructions by God about what he's going to do comes in the next few verses. That's why we read them all. He says, just tell them to go forward. And I can imagine this. And this is what happens in churches. Go forward. You want us to walk right into the Red Sea? Are you sure you're talking to God? You want to talk about faith? Hey, go forward. Nowhere else to go. We're facing water. You want us to go forward? Hey, you know what? I will tell you. At times in the past, Todd, at times in the past, I don't have a complete picture. We've had this conversation, that's why I said Todd. Sometimes I don't have the complete picture. Only thing I know is God saying go forward. And so guess what? All right, here we go. And so I'm going to be honest with you. I know God's doing some amazing things in this church, and I'm telling you, hey, stand still and look at what he's doing. Just take a moment. But guess what? We're moving forward. We're going to be doing some things different. We're going to start adding some new things, and we're going to see what's going on, and we're going to honor God through each and everything we do. We cannot stay still and say, boy, we've done a good job here. Look at boy. Hey, guess what? We got to keep moving. We got to keep moving. I was telling Kathy today, I said, you know what? I'd love to have a senior adult ministry where they would just go, I'm almost there. And so I'm looking forward to just, I'm 55, getting to turn 56 in January. And, one day I'll retire and I like to eat. If we had a senior adult ministry and they could say, hey, guess what? This month, we're going to meet down at church at 11 o'clock, and we're going to drive over to the mill. What's the place called, Amanda?
Huh?
The mill over at Cedarville. What was it?
Clifton Mills?
Clifton Mills. There you go. Okay. We're going to drive to Clifton Mills. We're going to have dinner, and then we're just going to look at the water. Guess what? I got time to watch paint grow or dry, grass grow. I put two things together there, didn't I? I can watch the paint grow and the grass dry. Woo! Stand still, Tony. Yes, sir, I will. Hey, that day's coming. I'd love to see that. And I told our deacon body that I've been praying. Did I share this with you guys? I've been praying about the sign. Did I tell you about that? I told the deacon body. Did I tell you guys this? I started praying about it. I said, I'd love to have someone that could do sign language. And he's been 3 weeks in a row. And today, I handed in a constitution and bylaws. And so he said, you know what? We're excited about this church. We want to be a part of this church. And my mom and dad's moving from Maine. And so they'll start coming. And I'm like, ooh. God answers prayer. Huh? 2 different people invited me. Really? Who I know Tom Whitten did. And then Kelly. Did you really, Kelly? Did you know them?
They're friends of mine. So it took 2.
Now let me say this, Kelly. They didn't tell me they knew you. They just said, I'm kidding you, Kelly. You know that. Yeah. I can't see your face right there, but hey, yeah. Hey, it takes a lot of people to invite. Kathy's bringing all kinds of people. You know, we get excited about the church, and guess what? People will see that excitement. It catches. All right. Danny, you and Brian, you guys like Cincinnati Reds ball games and Cincinnati Bengals, even though you got nothing to cheer for there. But anyway, you go to the Cincinnati Reds ball game. I've never been to a football game or a baseball game, Clark, where they don't do the wave. And I'm like, okay. So one guy, all the way on the other side, and I'll sit there and Trish will say, hey Trish, watch some idiot over there. That's the exact words come out of my mouth. Well, I know for the next 20 minutes I'm going to miss the ball game. Wait till my turn to go. Woo! It's coming back around. I better be watching. Woo! And people don't do it in your section. You start, hey, come on, get in the game, get it. You go, I've been watching the game. I'm up. Okay. Woo! That's all it takes when it comes to church. You get excited about church. You know what? I'm excited to come to church. Won't you come with me? And it catches. We need to start doing the waves. It just hit me. We're going forward. It just hit me. Okay? No, we won't do the wave. Just when we baptize. Wouldn't that be awesome? They go under, they come up, and everybody right here. All the way back. That would be awesome. You guys started. Okay. I know. Here's the thing. As your pastor, and I know I speak for our staff, we want to be God's perfect time. Okay? No matter what He's doing, we do not want to put the cart before the horse. We don't want to go ahead of God. We don't want to be way behind God. When God gives us the direction, we want to be right there, stepping out in faith and doing exactly what He's asked us to do. And that's what it has to be. It has to be that way. Good. When the staff and myself start bringing up some new things that we want to do, I'm just going to tell you, I'm preaching this to the backbone of the church. You're here on Sunday night, 167 today, not even close to that this evening. So I'm preaching this to the backbone of the church because here's what's going to happen. My words. Satan's not happy that people are getting saved, people are joining the church. And so what's going to happen is there's going to be a little bit of murmuring coming up. Well, I don't like the new lights. They flash, and I just, I don't like it. The music, the music, I just like all hymns. Our Sunday school classes, everybody else talks, and I just don't get a chance to say anything. Okay? I could go on. You guys know him, right? That pastor, he spits all over the front row. It's not by accident, Lois. Forgive me. Okay? But here's the thing. There's going to be some murmuring. And people's going to say, really, you want to do that? Look, go to verse 12. Go to verse 12. Chapter 14, verse 12. Is this not the word that we spoke to you in Egypt, saying, leave us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? For it would have been better for us to serve the Egyptians than to die in the wilderness. God says, move forward. Moses says, sit still and look what God's doing. And then you got those people going, it'd been better off if we had stayed in Egypt and died. How about this? How about this one? I'll go ahead and say it anyway. What happened to all the hymns? You know what? I miss hymns. You know what I don't miss about the hymns? Straighten them all up and putting them back in the racks in the back of the seats. We used to do that, you know. The teens would run around. Well, hey, could you who's my volunteers today? Go put the hymnals up.
They can do that, Bill.
I like the hymns. Don't get me wrong. You're not talking about this. But the hymnals, how many of you, I'll be honest with you, how many can read music? How many of you can't read music? The can'ts win. Okay, so we put the words on the screen. There you go. So that's the deal, you know. That's an added cost. We didn't have that money to start with for hymnals. I like hymnals, don't get me wrong. But it's just, man, it's a lot of money. And then the covers get tore off and then they look bad. It's rough. I feel bad about the seats sometimes. So there's a lot of things, and the murmurings will come out, and they're going to say, well, things aren't like they used to be. You know what? When I talk to you, the church, the backbone, this is what you need to say. Hey, we need to move forward. God wants us to move forward. And I'm telling you what, you can sit there and complain all you want, but look what God is doing. It's our point out, hey, you see how many people speak? Do you see the music? Do you see the lights? I've had people come and say, I really like the lights. I've had people say, I love this. You know, I sat here today and I said, you know what? Wouldn't that be cool if the whole front of that stage had just like a box of flowers all the way around? And wouldn't that look pretty cool? Okay, it would stop me from coming up this close. And everybody's going, he's following this time, he's following, you know. But yeah, hey, guess what? This morning, I made the thing last week and I said, Carly, turn the lights on because I want to see faces. And one person said, well, so we're going back in the dark. I was like, oh, I didn't even act like I heard him, and I just kept right on going. Yeah, we are. Okay. So, negativity, just, all right, I better go on. We'll never get out of here. Verse 19, go to verse 19. Then the angel of God, who had been going before the camp of Israel, moved and went behind them, and the pillar of cloud moved from behind them went from before them and stood behind them. 3 ways you see God in the Old Testament: cloud, fire, smoke, right? 3 ways that God's represented in the Old Testament. So the cloud that led them by day and also had fire and says give light, moved from in front of them that led them to the Red Sea and went behind them to protect them. I'm a firm believer, 100%, if we are doing exactly what God wants us to do moving forward, He's going to protect us in the front and in the back. He's going to lead us forward. He's going to take care of the back. And He will surround this church and protect it so that we can do what He's asked us to do. Wouldn't it be pretty cool if we could see the cloud? That'd be awesome. Because I'm going to tell you, there's going to be some attacks coming from the community. I heard that Real Joy down there is kind of like a cult. They're very strict. They're very legalistic. The attacks are going to come. It's going to come within the church. You know, I've talked to the background of the church, right? Can I say this? I don't like whispering. This is what I mean. When I come around the corner and I see two people whispering. What are they talking about? If you can't say it out loud, probably shouldn't be saying it. You know what I'm saying? But did you know what happened? I saw them over there and they was doing that. Oh, I got to tell you something. This is what I saw. Oh, I can't wait to tell someone. You know I'm right. And so the attacks can come from the very inside of the church and try to tear it down. And I'm going to tell you this. The attacks will come directly from Satan and his demons. And I got to be honest with you, we have been to this point several times as a church, and we get up there and Satan uses someone or a family and tears it down, and we fall right back down. Let me tell you something. I was looking on the computer today, and I tracked our attendance. And do you realize this year we've had 14 Sundays below last year's average? 14 Sundays. But we've had 18 Sundays, and that's not counting the 2 Sundays that we got canceled because of the weather. 18 Sundays that were way over our average attendance last year. You know what our average attendance was last year? For the whole year? 154. What we have today? 167. What we had last week? 180. You know what we had the week before? 157. Now it's fair week, and I can go on and on and on. And we've been running in the 160s, 170s, 160s, 170, and we just need that little push, that excitement, something growing and stand still and watching what the Lord's doing to get us up to that 200 mark. And you can say, Pastor, why is it all about the numbers? God's about numbers. He's got a book called Numbers, right, Mr. Chan? A book called Numbers. Hey, guess what? He knows on my head, the number of hairs on my head. He knows the number of names that's written in the Lamb's Book of Life. And each name is a number. Each person that comes here gets to hear God's word. Right? And so, just by the odds, the greater the people that are here in attendance, the more they're going to grow in the Lord, the more chance of them accepting the Lord and doing what the Lord, do you see? Strength is in. Whew, you guys are all about numbers then. Go downtown Columbus in the bad section and walk by yourself then. It's not about numbers. It's about numbers, isn't it? With more people within the church, we can have more ministries. We can have more support to do more ministries. I don't have to have a special meeting to have borrow $4,200 out of the general fund to go into the building fund so we can put signs out there and say, come to Real Joy. Right? Do you see what I'm saying? So it is about the numbers. And I'll say this. It's not about your numbers, then we probably need to talk. If you're saying, hey, it's not about the numbers. Yeah, realistically, I want to feed the people that God sends. But don't we have a job called something like Great Commission? It says, go ye therefore. Aren't we supposed to go out, teach them, preaching God's word, baptizing them, right? That's what we're supposed to be doing. So it is about the numbers. It can't be us four and no more. It can't be the chosen frozen. You're disturbing. You know, we like things a certain way. I'm very OCD. My daughter says I'm not really OCD. I have OCD tendencies. She's got the degree in psychology. And so I take her word for it. But man, I like things to be a certain way. And the older I get, the more it drives me crazy. Okay? My tool bag that I have at work, every screwdriver, every set of pliers, strippers, everything is right there in that thing. I like things to be a certain way. However, it doesn't matter what I want when it comes to God's house. It's about what He wants. And I am flexible. I am very flexible. And if it takes the music being a little bit louder, a little bit more crazy, to get the young adults in here, I'm for it, Mark. I want you to know that. If it reaches young adults, it's not about my needs, it's about reaching those people. Okay? Fine. I'm all for adding more Sunday school classes. Even though we don't have rooms, I'm all for buying more partitions and separating in here. That's the plan. You and I talked about that. I'm all for it. You feel like we need to add a class? Add a class. You see what I'm saying? Rhonda, if you need to add a 4-year-old class, add a class. And by the way, my nursery and my children's department are our main priorities. We have got to get workers in those departments or we're going to lose all of them. Now here's the thing. You can say, well, I've spent my time, I'm over time, and forgive me, but I'm on the pulpit right now. But anyway, you can say, I've spent my time in the nursery, I've had my kids. If you don't have kids in the nursery, then guess what? You might help someone in there. It's a young mama, and she just needs some encouragement, and you can say, I've been there. I laugh every time I see Bo and Luke. I've got to be telling them. I love those boys, and I laugh, and I laugh, and I just go, I'm praying for them. Oh my gosh. I had 2 boys that had just as much energy as them. My twins are, I'm like, woo, better you than me. I've been there. That's why I don't have hair, Matt. I'm sorry. Hey. Woo. They probably need that encouraged. See what I'm saying? So you could be that encouragement, that uplifting spirit to that individual. 2 weeks ago, I had a young mom who had a baby, and literally my wife she steals those babies. She loves to hold babies and play with them, and she's held this one many times. And luckily, she didn't hold him this time. Because he was sitting in this area over here, and he had one of those, the stomach gives that, and all of a sudden it goes, and it explodes, and it went all over the husband, and they come up to me at the end of the church and I'm so sorry. It hit one of the chairs. And they were so, I don't want to say humiliated, but they felt so bad. And they said, we think we got it all up, and we had the alcohol wipes out and everything like that. And if you got to get it professionally clean, let us know. I said, as long as it's not what I said, I'm okay. But that area over there, you guys gotta have to figure it out, okay? See, but here's the thing. I said, don't worry about it. It's fine. Just a little words of encouragement. You know, we get to do that. I could have very said, where's it at? Let me see it. You know, Amanda,
I call them job
get
security.
Danny Steamer in here on Monday. Get him clean that up. Send him the bill. Good? Don't worry about it. God's got it. Mark, today, stay still and watch what God's going to do. Today, Mark come to one Sunday school class and said, we have a need. Jeremy Withrow's mom is moving in with him and had a massive stroke. Right? Clark allowed him to come to Clark's class because Amy and Jeremy are members of your class. And so we'd like to pick up the collection. Clark took up the collection and they got $73, right? And so Mark come back to the office and said, what are we going to do? He said, a ranch probably will cost about $500 to build a ramp. So, because Amy's having his mom move in, she's got such a big heart. But anyway, what are we going to do? I said, God take care of it. I said, if not, church will buy the lumber, didn't it? I said, and you said, well, you know, I know this can happen and this can happen. And Mark sent me a text and said, hey, brother, I got to tell you, someone donated, what'd you say, $400 to take care of that ring. Don't tell me there's not a God. Don't tell me God's not doing some things within this church. And don't tell me God can't use you. Okay? Stay still. Watch God. Let's pray. Let's pray. Father God, I come to you right now and thanks so much for your word.